Good morning. I hope you've had a good Christmas. I haven't been back for a while, so I'd like to welcome you back to my channel, Sahan Astro 8. And today I'm going to make a video and talk to you about a few things that are happening in the sky right now. You might have found out that Saturn and Jupiter has come together. According to the news that I saw, it mentioned the fact that the stars, these two planets, Jupiter and Saturn, came into such a conjunction after 397 years. So this one's a special one. Well, that's in terms of astronomy, but in terms of astrology, let me say, yeah, it is a significant conjunction and a transit. So let's talk more about it. You need to realize that Saturn has actually been in Capricorn for some time, since the beginning of this year, since January 24th, around that time. And now it has been going back and forth, in the sense it has been retrograding and then going direct. So it was retrograding towards mid of this year, somewhere around June or July, and now in September it started going direct, and now yeah, it will be going direct for the next 2 years. And in the meantime, Jupiter was actually in Sagittarius and moved into Capricorn around the 19th of November. So while Saturn is now moving direct, Jupiter has already moved into the same house of Capricorn from Sagittarius, and now is in conjunct with, during this transit, it's in conjunct with Saturn. So the most special time where this conjunction was at its highest strength was between the 12th and the 25th, which has already passed by the time you see this video and by the time I upload it. However, the effects of this conjunction will be there throughout this next year, since from 2020 November to 2021 November, because Jupiter transits in Capricorn for 1 year, while Saturn will still remain there in Capricorn while Jupiter moves out into Aquarius and moves back as well in retrograde. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about, or what I want you to focus on, is the next 1 year between November 2020 to November 2021. And yeah, now you must have realized that during the highest strength of this conjunction, which was between 12th and 25th, you might have realized that around the world, especially in the Europe, in the UK, and even in the US, the COVID cases increased, and there were new strains which came out. So there was a significant impact on that area from this conjunction. But at the same time, it will have a lot of benefits for the people who have been struggling because of Saturn in Capricorn. However, you need to realize that when Jupiter was at its full, was really comfortable in Sagittarius. Now it has moved into Capricorn, where it's not really comfortable, because Capricorn, its house lord is Saturn. So Saturn does really well in Capricorn, and this does even better even in Aquarius. I would say Capricorn is more like the house, while the holiday home would be Aquarius. However, now you've brought Saturn. Saturn, as I mentioned earlier, is more like the judicial system within a country, or the lawyers, or the rule makers, while Jupiter is the one who advises. So it could be like an advisory kind of role. So when these two people are brought together, the advisor sort of have to listen to the judicial system. because Saturn has so much strength that it can, control Jupiter, and no matter what Jupiter says, Saturn will only do what it believes needs to be done, or which is righteous, because Saturn is all about justice. It's about getting things done in a proper way, and a no-nonsense planet, well-mannered. So no matter what Jupiter may say, or Jupiter might try to imply, Saturn would not listen. So right now Jupiter is under Saturn's grasp, and it really can't do anything much about it, and it's not at its fullest strength as well, because it's not really comfortable in Capricorn. But the ones who have been waiting for a breakthrough, the ones who have been going through their Saturn return right now, especially like whoever that has Saturn in Capricorn, they're going to have a really good time. And this particular conjunction is called Neech Bhanga Rajayoga. So in the sense where it becomes Nietzsche, or Nietzsche in the sense the Jupiter has become weakened, but at the same time Saturn has become, it has become Ucha, it has become strong within Capricorn. So there's a weak and a strong planet. So the strength of Saturn cancels out the weakness of Jupiter. So it kind of helps. So you could say something like, if you were expecting negative results, you wouldn't get exactly, it wouldn't be as bad as you expected, but it would have some kind of there would be a negative outcome, but it would eventually lead to positive outcome, because Saturn always wants you to learn things the hard way. So of course you're gonna have some kind of suffering in the beginning, but towards the end of this planetary transition, it's going to be a positive outcome. And Saturn would demand you to work extremely hard, day and night, and be well disciplined, and be no nonsense, and stick to a schedule and get things done within the next year. And if you are smart enough to trap the energy from Saturn and use it to your advantage, while you're also using Jupiter's wisdom, but in a more like a concise manner, or more like a compact manner, or more of the wisdom is now not distributed all over. It's targeted through Saturn. Because Saturn is now using the wisdom of Jupiter and bringing it into everyone's life, but in a Saturnian way. So yeah, this is a great time for all those who want to work hard. But if you're someone who hasn't been really working hard enough, or who has been slacking, who hasn't really been out there trying to doing your best, I'm really sad to tell you that you might get into trouble within the next year. So if there are certain things that you need to improve in your life, this is the time. It is now that you can improve those. You don't have to worry about the outcome. At least it's about the journey. Saturn will tell you that it is all about the journey and not about the outcome. No matter whether the outcome is good or bad, it's the journey that matters. So Saturn really helps the people who really work hard, who really put their effort into things, who really try their best to bring some order into their lives. So use this opportunity. That would be my advice. I know a lot of people ask me, that Jupiter is coming into Capricorn with Saturn, it's not going to be stable and this and that. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't been working really hard, and if you haven't been disciplined with your work, and if you haven't had any structure, of course you're going to get in trouble. But if you were someone who wanted to try to bring order into your life, especially during Saturn being in Sagittarius, during the past since the beginning of 2020, or since the time when this pandemic started, if you've been thinking about bringing structure into your life, now is the time. You've had about 1 year of the pandemic, and it's still going to continue, but at the same time now since 1 year has passed, you can reflect and think why certain things didn't work that way. And now, right now, with this conjunction, you can figure out, if I do it this way, or if I do these changes, I could get positive results. So this is a great opportunity for the ones who really want to make it. Yeah, so use this opportunity. Don't get so worried about the Saturn and Jupiter transit, because Saturn, even though they say it's malefic, I believe it's the most positive planet out there. I find Saturn to be the one who gives you the exact lesson you need, but also gets the work done. While Jupiter will make you feel happy, but might not really, it brings you luck, but it might not last forever. While Saturn, when it brings in something, it makes sure that it stays forever, at least for this lifetime. So, yeah, use it for your advantage. Get yourself out there. Well, maybe I should, really want to talk about each sign and all that, but that's, I could talk about all the signs, but that would mean another video for that, as well as you need to always check the other planets as well. Okay, let me give you a few tips. This particular yoga affects in so many different ways, but I have tried to simplify it for my understanding and for your understanding as well. Especially if you're someone who's going through your Jupiter Dasha, Brahaspati Dasha during this time, you have really good luck this time. Because Saturn, when this yoga is happening, if you're going through a Jupiter Dasha, it's going to help you a lot. And if your Jupiter is placed in a good house, or if your Jupiter is strong, even though the Jupiter in the sky right now is weaker because of Saturn's influence, you still benefit. So especially people with Jupiter Dasha, and also people who are having a strong Jupiter, they're gonna do really well. And Jupiter is at its strongest in Cancer, but it's also strong in Sagittarius and also in Pisces. So if you have Jupiter in these particular houses, or if you're going through the Jupiter Mahadasha, those are a few people who will benefit a lot from this transit. But no matter where your planets may be, no matter what your dasha may be, it's the positive thinking that matters the most. The planets could say almost anything. The planets could say that it might not work out for you at all. But if you have that strength to overcome this power, so because the main reason why we check astrology is to find out whether it's a good time or a bad time. But if it's a bad time, you're not just going to sit there sulking about it. You're going to put all the strength you have into what you need to do and try your best to overcome your negative karma. Because as I've mentioned in my previous videos, karma is not fixed. It can always be changed, and karma is not always negative and it's not always positive. It's a yin and a yang. It's like a wave in the ocean. So even if you are having a bad time, think positively, because positive thoughts will make sure that you attract more positive people and situations. So yeah, put your guts into it and make the best out of this new year, which would be in a couple of days. And yeah, so a very good year to everyone who's watching this video, and I hope you've learned something from this video, and if so, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, let's see. I'll probably be making more videos now. I've been a bit been busy with a few things, but yeah, so I just want to put this video out first and make sure that everyone was doing fine. So yeah, good luck and a happy new year. Thank you.